Beautiful afternoon to you, Lagos. Here is the news afternoon. First, the highlights. Lagos State Government announces traffic diversion at Mile 2 for transport interchange construction. National Orientation Agency to commence nationwide birth registration mobilization drive. And foreign in South Africa, police arrest 540 illegal miners. And in sports, Falconet striker Flourish Sebastian signs one-year contract with Galatasaray. And now the details. I am Mike James. Lagos State Government has announced that traffic will be diverted at Loop 1 on the Apapa-bound lane and Loop 4 on the Badagry-bound lane at Mile 2 for a duration of 15 months. This is for the construction work of the transport interchange terminal that will integrate rail, bus, water, and non-motorized transportation. Commissioner for Transportation Oluwaseun Oshiemi said the commencement date for the construction is scheduled from Monday, 11th November 2024 to Monday, 16th February 2026, while assuring that the diversion routes have been well marked with signs to assist motorists navigate their destinations. Oshiemi also confirmed that officers of the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority will be on ground along the affected routes to oversee traffic flow. He advised motorists to cooperate with the interventions put in place to minimize inconveniences. Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency DSVA has engaged stakeholders, youths, children and elders of Ashafa Community Ojudu local government area. Executive Secretary of the agency, Titulola Vaiva Adeni, said this is part of the agency's ongoing statewide sensitization initiative aimed at combating sexual and gender-based violence, SGBV, and child abuse at the grassroots level. Vaiva Adeni, who was represented by Akinde Olatosi, emphasized the importance of community collaborations in combating abuse and violence. She encouraged community members to report incidences of sexual and gender-based violence on behalf of those affected and assured them of confidentiality. The federal government has increased the compensation for property owners affected by the construction of Section 1 of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway from the initial 8 to 18 billion naira. Minister of Works David Umahi announced this at a stakeholders engagement organized by the Federal Ministry of Works and the National Assembly Joint Committee on Works on the ongoing construction of Phase 1 of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway in Lagos. Umahi, who said re-evaluation of the compensation will be completely paid to affected property owners within the next 10 days, said figures were justified, explaining that they were determined by independent experts and would be published along with property details to ensure transparency.
We're bound by the advice of the professionals that we use, and they are so excited with the level of confidence of ESIA and the enumerators. I'm very, very much excited. However, we have over 10 cases in this direction in court. And so, what if our court comes up with? We will be
assuring that the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway project will be beneficial to all, Umahi warned stakeholders against sabotage, urging those aggrieved to seek redress in court. In their remarks, the chairman, Senate Committee on Works, Barinada Mpigi, and his House of Representatives counterpart, Aki Alabi, cautioned against tribalizing the project, stating that the benefits outlives the pains.
When we talk about tourism, we talk about linkage, trade, commerce that will come as a matter of fact once this project is completed. We are going to benefit a lot. Social road traverses from Lagos here to Calabar is something that if we know the prospect of this project, I think we should be celebrating ahead of time.
Let us not resort to violence. Please let the law abiding as much as possible. I'm not very comfortable with the ethnic coloration I've been hearing about this matter. So don't allow us to descend to that level where we'll be fighting because of ethnic coloration. It's not going to help anybody.
Our reporter Abiola Fagbalago reports that earlier the Federal Controller of Works, Lagos, Olukorede Keisha, commended the progress of work on the corridor, applauding the administration of President Bola Tinubu on the release of funds for execution of the project. And now to the rest of the stories. The National Orientation Agency, NOA, has concluded plans to commence a nationwide birth registration social mobilization drive. NOA Director General Lanre Issa Onilu explained that this would ensure that every child in Nigeria is able to access essential services such as education, healthcare, and social protection. Issa Onilu said the agency is focused on registering children aged 0 to 5 years and providing them with a national identification number, NIN, free of charge. He encouraged parents and guardians to visit the nearest National Population Council Registration Center to register their children, adding that the process is simple, free, and requires only supporting documents like an immunization card for existing birth certificates. The Joint Action Committee of the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions, NASU, and the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, SANU, has suspended its ongoing strike for a month. This comes as members of the unions confirmed that they got an alert for the payment of a month's salary out of the 4 months the government owed them. In a statement jointly signed by the National President, SANU, Mohammed Ibrahim, and General Secretary NASU, Peter Adeyemi, the union urged members to resume work on Tuesday, November 5. The statement revealed that a high-level engagement culminated in extracting an irrevocable commitment from the federal government that the 2 months of the 4 months of withheld salaries will be paid in staggered form. It will be recalled that the JAC of SANU and NASU embarked on an indefinite strike over the withheld salaries of its members on Monday, October 28, an action which had grounded activities in universities across the country. And in some foreign news, 540 illegal miners have been arrested and forced out of an abandoned mine shaft in South Africa. The police had earlier this week blocked deliveries of food and water to the miners in a bid to push them out of the mine. Report says individuals have been emerging from the mine located in the northern town of Orkney since Saturday, though hundreds are believed to remain in the shaft. Security forces believe that hundreds, if not 1,000, are still underground. And in sports, Galatasaray has announced the signing of Falconet striker Floris Sebastian. The 20-year-old puts pen to paper for a 1-year contract. Sebastian joined the Yellow and Reds from French Arkema outfits, reuniting with Oluwatosin Dimay, who joined Galatasaray in September. She won the Nigerian Women Football League title during her stint with Bayelsa United and also helped Bayelsa United to a third-place finish at the 2022 CAF Women's Champions League in Morocco. That was our news at 12, but just before we go, do not drive beyond the specified speed limits. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X, Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs. It's live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website, www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration supplied 86,000 dual furniture sets to 775 public schools? You can always get more details on the Legacy Government website. And to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Legacy Government has announced that traffic will be diverted at Loop 1 on the Apapa bound lane and Loop 4 on the Badagry bound lane at Mile 2 for a duration of 15 months. The National Orientation Agency (NOA) has concluded plans to commence nationwide birth registration social mobilization drive. We also told you that 540 illegal miners have been arrested and forced out of an abandoned mine shaft in South Africa. In sports, Galatasaray has announced the signing of Falconet striker Floris Sebastian. And for contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast, compiled by Adiwalu Lokbaruku. Thank you for listening, Lagos. My name is Mike James. Great afternoon to you.